Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 52 units of real estate. So today I want to talk about how I got all of my rental properties and real estate that I own today. Remember, I own 52 units of real estate and the mindset I had. So the first property that I bought was in 2017, which was a house hack in Livermore, California. And I actually got this deal on Redfin, right? Like this was 2017. It was the first time that I was looking for a deal. I didn't really know much, right? Like my parents didn't really help me. Didn't really watch YouTube at the time. Didn't really know it existed, to be honest. And I just thought, okay, well, let me just start learning about markets and going to open houses. So I opened up, Redfin, and I was born and raised in Milpitas, California, which is near San Jose and Fremont. So I started looking in my immediate area first, right? So I learned about the Milpitas market and realized, okay, it's too expensive. Fremont, I knew it was more expensive than Milpitas. San Jose, I looked in some areas. I was like, okay, it's kind of expensive. Then I went each city by city by city over, right? So I went over to Pleasanton, which was too expensive, and then Dublin, which was too expensive. Then Livermore, I was like, okay, this one's around $800,000. It was under $1 million, so I thought it was reasonable, and I thought it was in the path of progress, right? So I just literally went on Redfin, Zillow, Trulia, just on market deals, MLS, and I would basically just consistently go to open houses every weekend, right? So I would go to open houses to learn about the area, to learn about the real estate in that area, and to get to just to see the different pockets and neighborhoods, right? Like that's how you learn, is by seeing in person, ideally. And that was my mindset before, because I just wanted to invest in my own backyard. That's all I knew, right? So this is before I bought, out of state. So I got this deal, and I remember every weekend I would see open houses, and I would just consistently make offers that made sense for me, right? So I just would offer asking price, and after making 5 offers, I got my first house, right? I wasn't too picky about the house. Like I knew that it was just gonna be a rental property, so I wasn't picky in terms of stuff. Like it's a rental. It's gonna be a rental eventually. So that was the mindset that I had. Um, but any case, I got the first deal on market, right? The second deal in San Francisco, I bought same thing. I bought it on market. Like I got a job in Daly City, and I every weekend I would just explore Daly City. I would explore South San Francisco. I would explore San Francisco. Go to open houses, check it out. What's like where are the good neighborhoods? Where are the bad neighborhoods? Because immediately you can see the photos, and once you go in person, you're like, oh, it's a lot different in a worse way or in a better way. And what happened was my aunt, who's a realtor, brought me a deal that was on MLS, and I basically looked at the photos, and it was really bad photos, like really dark, really bad angles. It just looked like someone like took out an iPhone. They didn't even like try to like center it or make it look nice, and just took a photo, like no lights, nothing, right? And it was really shitty photos, but because it was like a mile away from her house, she was like, you know what, it looks pretty decent on the outside. It looks like it was renovated. So I actually went to the inside the house and noticed that everything was renovated, like brand new flooring, brand new kitchen, brand new paint. It's an older house, keep in mind, but everything for the most part was brand new. Carpet upstairs was brand new. The only thing that was old was the restrooms, which didn't cost me much to renovate it because I had a handyman there. I think it cost me like $3,000 to renovate it. But in any case, I walked in. I just said, "Wow, this is a you know beautiful property on the inside. Pictures didn't do it justice." Um, I walked around the neighborhood. I liked it. It's close to metros, close to the BART station, which is the subway system. It was close to SF State, so I know there's renters, and it was close to like Daly City, so you could drive there, go to Costco. It was a pretty sweet location in my mind. Not the heart of San Francisco, but more in the outskirts. And I just said, okay, I submitted an offer asking price, and they accepted it, right? So, once again, on market deal, I just made consistent offers and eventually got it. My next one I bought was in Orange County when I relocated to Southern California, and this one, once again, this was during COVID, right? So interest rates were very low, and I think this one I probably made the most offers. So once again, I would look in multiple cities, right? I looked in, I was staying in Santa Ana in an apartment. I looked in Santa Ana. I would look in Orange. I would look in Fullerton. I would look in Irvine, Huntington Beach, um, Garden Grove, Lake Forest, Mission Viejo. Like I would look at all these little pockets and just see houses that were like at my price point of like $800,000, and it was so competitive at the time that I was literally making offers at asking, sight unseen. Right, I would make an offer first, and then go look at the house. Right, so I'd make an offer, so I would walk in, see the agent. Hey, I said an offer. I want to check out the property and have my vision for the property. Like, what am I going to do, right? And at the time, my goal was to build an ADU in the backyard. So I would filter by big lot, or I would filter by having detached garage. So I would convert that detached garage into an ADU, or if it's a big lot, I would build an ADU in the backyard, right? So that was my goal, and this was a little harder. Every weekend or after work, I would go and look at properties, open houses, learn the areas, learn which ones I like, which ones I didn't like, and I would consistently make offers. And got a lot of offers rejected, but eventually I got one that I found on all these I found on Redfin and Zillow, once again on market, right? And I remember there's one deal, once again, really shitty photos, right? Like bad angle, bad lighting. And I walked in there, and once again, I was like, oh my God, this house is newly renovated, new flooring, new paint, new kitchen, new bathrooms. Everything was brand new, right? Like the backyard was huge. I could build an ADU back there if I wanted to, right? It was beautiful. And I was just like, I walked in there, offered asking price, they accepted it. And yeah, like once again, like I took advantage twice where it's just bad photos, bad marketing, right? If they had better photos and staging, they probably could have sold for more, right? But I took quick action and benefited well from that, right? And after that, I bought my Huntsville, Alabama property out of state. How did I find this? I was on Bigger Pockets forums, and I was looking at different markets and came across Huntsville, Alabama. I heard about it, heard that it was growing, heard that there's a lot of jobs there, heard that a lot of companies are moving there, and knew that I could buy homes for like under 300K that rent out for 2,000, which is the 1% rule. So, I just put out a message on, Bigger Pockets forums that, hey, looking for property managers or realtors in Huntsville, Alabama, because I'm looking to buy some investment properties. And a person who's a real estate agent and property manager reached out to me and said, hey, I have these new builds in Huntsville, Alabama that sell for like 260 and it rents out for 200. And I just did the math and was just like, like with a 3.5% interest rate and 20% down or 25% down, like I basically can cash flow between 670 bucks a month. I never been to Alabama, right? But I talked to the property manager and just said, hey, like, got to know them, got to know the area. Of course, they're going to hype it up, right? Of course, they're salespeople at the end of the day. But, I did some more research and did come say, okay, yeah, there's good job growth here. There's good rental demand. It's affordable. Let me try buying one. So I bought one, bought a property sight and scene, and um, once again, these are on market deals for the most part. I think the property manager just had connections to like the builder, and they just email blasted it, and I responded, and I bought it. Right. My After that, I got my 26 unit apartment complex, which I got off market using direct mail. So I started a direct mail campaign, as you all know, and I have videos on that. So check that out. So I got my 26 unit using direct mail, my 20 unit direct mail off market. Bought them both with instant equity day one. Bought them both with value add potential, where I renovated them and increased the rents and increased the value, right? So that one took a little more time and skill because I have to send out the letters. I have to talk to the owners, negotiate, and then write the offer, right? So a lot more involved. My mobile home park, this one was through LoopNet. So ironically, it was my worst deal on LoopNet. I always say LoopNet has terrible deals, and I bought it seller financed through LoopNet, but it ended up being a bad deal, right? I lost money on that. So as you can kind of see, and then my current house I live in, I found it on Zillow, right? It's just a new build construction community. I walked in, like checked out the community 3 times, liked it, found a house and lot that I like, and made an offer, right? So if you look at my path, like most of my single family homes were just on market on Zillow or Redfin that I found myself. My Huntsville, Alabama one, I just found it by talking to a realtor slash property manager who had connections to new builds, and my 2 apartments were off market, and my mobile home park was just on LoopNet, right? It's like that's really it. It's not as complicated as you think it is. Obviously the best deals are the ones that you do off market to direct mail, right? But I found a bunch of great deals on market, right? Like even my current house, I bought it instant equity, and all my single family homes have done well, right? So the key is just get started in real estate. So if you're looking to scale from single family to multifamily, or want to jump straight to multifamily, and you want guidance, check out the mentorship program. Otherwise, let me know if you have any comments or questions below. I'd love to answer questions in the comments. Please share this video with somebody who can find value from this, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.